Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day, oh my gosh, my voice again. Welcome to day 8 of Vlogtober. And the stray hairs that I have. Sorry. It's a little bit later than I had intended for it to be. It's like 2 in the morning, I think, today. Even though, that's early for me. It's my day off, so I had intended for filming to be just like around midnight today. There's no fuzzy co-host, as you can see. He is sleeping with his daddy. Why is his daddy sleeping? Because his work has changed his schedule up yet again. So he's gonna have to. He's sleeping now because he's going to have to go into work super early again. They changed him back to his night schedule last week. They told him it was going to be for at least 2 weeks. And then they asked him partway through this week already if he would swap, and he said no. Because, he's already back onto his night schedule. And then his boss messaged or called him or whatever, I guess, and asked also. So he said yes. So he went to bed tonight. And, yeah. I thought my voice would be better than it was yesterday. I don't know what is going on. I think it's because, because I've just done a lot of talking this weekend. Not doing anything in particular, just David and I went out to lunch both days, and we just ended up finally being able to catch up. So, because we haven't seen each other, a lot of people say, "Oh, I have hardly seen my husband for this amount of days or whatever." And sometimes they mean it, and sometimes they're being kind of dramatic. This is a case where I mean it. I have literally hardly seen him for I don't know how long. It's more just in passing. Sometimes I know he'll be in the house, but I mean, because I know I'll wake him up, we don't sleep at the same times very often, and I hardly see him. So, yeah, we just had, a really nice weekend where we caught up on everything. Like I said, we went out to lunch both days that we had off together, which was really nice. Yeah, so it was just a really nice, time to catch up. I'm on that. Oh, I dropped something. It's just paper. It's okay. Nobody got hurt. I'm on that steroid block. So this weekend, I didn't have a whole lot of, I can't do this because my feet hurt. I can't go here. I just want to sit home with my feet up. Kind of, we kind of just sat home other than that anyway, just because his knee's starting to bother him, and being on nights, he's tired during the day, and being on nights, I'm tired during the day. So, I mean, it isn't like we went out, mountain climbing anyway, but, I mean, years ago, we would go, we'd go, to the mall for the day, or, I can't even think of anything right now. I mean, we would still go to the, movies if there was something that we wanted to watch or something like that, but that just didn't happen today. So, like I said, it was just a nice day where we went out to lunch. We went out to, we went to stop by, where did we go? It was just a quick little, it was the drugstore. It was Walgreens. We went there, to get a knee brace for him because, like I said, his knee's been bothering him. It's funny because before all my feet problems, I had knee problems. I still have knee problems, but I had knee problems, and now he's describing his knee issues, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly. I know what you mean, and you should go have that looked at. So yeah, I know everything so far that he's been describing, and it sucks. So, I guess he made an appointment today. It's going to be next week, I think, or so. Yeah, so he's going to take care of that, hopefully. Hopefully he catches it, or it's nothing too major or anything like that. But we'll see. we shall see. That's like the big update, you know, for like our weekend. And then he's been in bed, so my big update, which you're just gonna have to trust me at my word on this, but I spent quite a lot of the evening cleaning. My last Joann's order, I had already told you, had left this yarn room in quite some disarray, and I know yesterday or the day before I had gotten kind of, I don't want to say worked up. It's not like I started like freaking out or crying or anything, but I was feeling the clench because I was talking about how before I get my surgery or anything, I don't want a room full of this just clutter. Like I already have wanted to get rid of these shelves, and I've been talking about that literally forever, and then I keep either putting it off or finding new things to put on them or finding reasons to just not do it. And I want to not have a room. Well, first of all, I'd like to just know that it's done by the time I get my foot surgery done. So like if I want to hobble on in here, I don't know, it just seems like a nice thing to know that it's done. And then secondly, I won't be leaving, I don't know, I feel like I want it done because it feels messy to me. And then I won't be leaving something that I feel messy for David to look at, like if I send him in here for something or whatever. So I've been working towards that. And to get that stuff clean, I've been cleaning up stuff over here, putting stuff away, deciding what I want to keep, not keep. I told you there's a few things that I've been moving into vacuum storage bags because Courtney suggested it, and because she does it. And so I did that today. I did one more bag. I just bought a pack of those. So like I've been picking and choosing carefully just to kind of experiment with those. So yeah, that's what I did with my evening. And I had, when I say disarray, before I even got to that part, I had, you couldn't see it on camera because it was kind of over, I'm stretching my arm out, I promise, but it was over this way, and I had a little mountain, I know I described, of like my, my last yarn purchase, and that is all put away. It's very happy. There's still a little leftover yarn that I had pulled out. There's still like my Advent pulled out. Things like that are on the table still, but much tidier than it was. And then the space between my table and the shelves that I want to take down had just things built up. And it started with one box of things that I didn't put away, and then that built up with other things. That's gone. There's carpet there. Did you guys know that? I had carpet in this room. I'm joking about that. I knew I had carpet, but I got that cleared out. So now in between the two areas, there's, you know, that was my progress for the day. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Considering I didn't start that until this evening. Like basically when David went to bed, I was like, you know, what can I do with my time? While my feet are feeling pretty good, why don't I do something? So, I also had talked last night about frogging that hat project that I just wasn't pleased with. I found, while I was pulling stuff out, I found another blanket that I had it was a mile a minute blanket, and I had just started it, and I wasn't in love with it. And I showed it to David, and I was like, you know, it was a long one, because, you know, especially back in the day, I couldn't make anything but super big blankets. And I told David, I was like, before I get really invested and really far into this, I don't think I love this. And he's like, yeah, I don't think you're going to love it either. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. So I just, that was the end of that. That yarn's already put away again. And so that's another bag just gone. So yay me. Progress. Today's theme was progress. So I feel like that was a good way to end my weekend. We'll see how the week goes as far as work. Don't even want to think about work, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't want to think about work, so we're not gonna. Not gonna. I want to think about the rest of this table, I think is my next goal to do something with. And kind of what I'm doing is at the moment, in order to get these shelves down, I think before any kind of surgery, is I'm deciding what's staying and going off of the shelf before anything else. And then anything that's staying, I'm honestly just at this moment piling in the room upstairs. I can deal with it later, but at least then the shelf is down. And then I can pick and choose from like other shelves what's staying and what's going. And when the stuff goes, I can put this stuff that was staying off of this shelf away. I think that's the game plan that I'm going to go with, because at least then it will get this goal of getting this down. That seems like a good idea, because I realize not everything on the shelf is even yarn. Like some of it is some Stranger Things action figures. I have a spot upstairs for Stranger Things action figures that are not behind me over here. They might as well go with, you know, their family. I don't know. The one little box over in the corner is definitely, I can see from here, is definitely like a catch-all, because there's like there's Maverick's Christmas hat from last year that he wouldn't let me put on him, so guess where it went? It got shoved in the corner. So I can see that from here. And it isn't even like I can walk up to the shelves. It isn't like some hoarder area that I just can't get to or anything like that, you know, where there's just like a path to it. It's not a hoarder house. There's plenty of room in front of it and that kind of thing. I only don't let you see over there because that's a mess, not because it's a giant stack of hoarder or anything like that. So I'm saying it doesn't have like discarded Christmas things because I can't reach it or anything like that. I realized once I said Maverick's Christmas hat how bad it might sound. Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just something that I can see, because that is like the little pile of things that I've been like, I'll deal with that later, and later never came. But that's how little I reach for things on that shelf. So I want it to go. So, but yeah, I've made some pretty good progress today towards that. And I got my squares done. I put some thought into my squares today. That was my segue into my crochet, if you couldn't tell. Did I do a good job until I called attention to it? I'm probably going to keep this one kind of short today, just because of my voice and because I'm a little tired. I might go to bed after this. I'm not too sure, or watch my scary somethings today. David and I were supposed to watch something, and then, you know, it's the way the cookie crumbles. He had to go to bed, so I'll figure it out. But I will answer the actual comment too, but while I'm thinking of it here, when I talked about the fanfic yesterday that I wrote, for my friend Joe, so the hard copy, to answer it, because somebody asked where you guys could find that particular one, all of my fanfics I do have online. Well, not all of them. A lot of them. And most of my Stranger Things fanfics are online. That one included to some degree. Joe has got like a hard copy of it, which means I must have it saved in a file somewhere, because I would have printed it. But I think I only have a chapter or two published, like online, which I'm happy to link. but be warned that it's not the finished product. I'll have to hunt down the finished product. But for anybody that was curious, I'm willing to share, because I don't have them like private or anything like that. If it was private, I wouldn't even talk about it. I'm pretty proud of my fanfic. Like, it gives me, like, I don't know, like the giggles or something, just because sometimes fanfic is kind of a, what's the word? I don't know what word I'm looking for to describe it. Like, sometimes it's made fun of or like whatever, but I don't know. I'm not personally ashamed of what I've written. I'm happy to say I've gotten compliments on it, so yeah, I'm not ashamed of it by any means. That particular fanfic is not anything like risque or anything like that. Some of my fanfic is. Some of it's not. Some of it's perfectly fine. Some of it's very PG. Oddly enough, my most PG fanfic is like my Game of Thrones fanfic. Like, well, maybe not my most PG ever, because I mean, I'm sure it's not just like wholesome, you know. It's not like Sesame Street or anything, but yeah, my Game of Thrones fanfic is not very, it's not very, I'm not George R.R. Martin level writing with it, that's for sure. But anyway, we're not going to go down a rabbit hole of fanfic. I just thought I'd throw that out there. And yeah, I will, a lot of times during my Vlogtober months, or Vlogmas, or any vloggy months where I put out a video every single day, you'll notice I don't even get to the comments for like a really long time, and then I'll go through, and if you're like a person that comments every day, sometimes I'll like heart 10 of your comments or something all in one time, and then I may even respond to them or something at this, you know, all on the same day or something, just because I don't know, sometimes I feel overwhelmed and I just don't get to them. Like, especially if I fall behind like a day or something, then all of a sudden in my world it's just over, and I just don't, not my world is over, but it's just over for me, like comment wise, and I just don't get to it. And then sometimes I'm like, well, I didn't answer day 3, so now I can't answer, you know, day 4, 5, 6, or 7 until I go back and answer day 3. I don't know, like I get ridiculous with that. Or like I feel bad for anybody who'd commented on day 3, so like I just don't, and then I fall behind. So yeah, if you're somebody who comments every day, you may notice that I do stuff like that. Like, I don't think I missed day 1, so I haven't hearted, or I've read them all. I read every single comment. I just haven't, since I haven't hearted day 1s yet. I haven't done anyone else's either. But that was a big sidetrack to what I was saying. If you know what my whole crazy spiel is about, you already know that my version of like an advent this month for something scrappy and cozy to do is squares, my diamond squares. I'm working up for a Stranger Things theme with the characters and the places that are related to, obviously, Stranger Things, that have occurred in also my fanfic writing. And I'm making squares once I draw their names out of my cauldron that at the beginning of the month had 31 of them. Using that inspiration to make a square, often 2, because I'll at least like reverse the colors or something, and go from there. Some of them I've decided to make more. I haven't gotten to it, like the Hawkins ones, I did not make more of those yet, but I still plan to. Just haven't gotten around to it. Maybe I'll do some of that tonight, I don't know, if I stay up. But that all being said, yesterday's place, because it was a place, was can't pronounce it very well, but it was Kamchatka prison, which was the prison that Hopper was held in season 4. I'll try to remember to put the picture up that I found for a little bit of inspiration. It's not exactly the colors that I went with either, though. I asked you guys' opinion. A few of you did agree with me when I said it just reminded me of like cold gray with like the white snow around it. My brain also, when I was looking at colors, went a little... I went with white, I'll just say. But for a different reason. I thought of the Russians holding the white Demogorgon, which was like a sickly, like white and gray shade, right? And that was held inside of the dark gray walls of this prison, right? So what I came up with, and when I said like the dark gray, almost like a gunmetal gray, like setting with the really dark stone walls, this was that gray that I was talking about. I was so happy. I used almost all of what I had left. This was a Caron, and I cannot remember the name. Like, I want to say it was called Gray Heather, but I could be very wrong. But it was a Caron Simply Soft that I've had forever. Just the remnant of it, but it seems like that never runs out. I always have just a little bit left over when I want to use it for something. And that came through for me again here. And I did a lighter gray and then the white just for the white could be for the snow. I wanted to use like a sparkly white, but I think I finally used up all of my iridescent white sparkle from my Red Heart sparkle. And then the gray. So the two of those are like the Demogorgon that they had there. So that is what I came up with for the Kamchatka prison. And then the other square I did not reverse the colors, but I did them, instead of in the corners, I did the sides of the, like, see, I'll show you the back of this one was the diagonal, kind of. The back of this one was top and bottoms and sides. See, I like the back too. Like, I think the back of this blanket is going to look really cool too. So, that's what it comes out looking like on the other side. It's like a stained glass window when you do a darker color like this. But those are my squares. But I was very happy with the way it came out. My pile's looking okay here. Maybe I'll get some brighter colors happening. I do have a little bit of the maroony reds down here from the beginning, but my pile's looking okay. I'm not hating on it. It's going to be an interesting looking blanket, that's for sure. I don't know, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to join it with. Like, I thought black at first, just, you know, black. And then I have that Caron Jumbo, I think it is. That's like the variegated brown and white. And I was like, that's very, like, 80s Hawkins-y kind of. And I kind of like the thought of doing that. I've joined a blanket with that before, and I still have a ton of it left over. I definitely have enough. And I thought I could do that and then maybe do a border around that in brown. I don't know. I have a while to think about that, but it was just a thought. Let me know your opinion if you have one. But yeah, so let us draw. We're going to draw another one to add. I think we have 2 more days and I get to open another yarn from my my actual Advent, because it's a full-size skein of yarn. I have hand-dyed yarn. The next one I open will be on the 10th for that. Okay. This one feels good. What are we? Can't can't believe we haven't gotten like Dustin, Steve, Hopper, Eddie. You know they're in here. I got another place, you guys. That's so crazy. I got the Palace Arcade. Which, Palace Arcade, and I haven't gotten any of the side characters that I've put in here either. Like, that's wild to me. I know we're only 8 days in or whatever, but still, like, we've gotten all the kids almost. And then almost all the places now. And I didn't even put them, it's not like all the kids were first on my, when I cut them up or whatever. It's all the kids were spread out too. And the places were also spread out. I did that on purpose, thinking that it would help mix things up. That's wild. Okay, anyway, sorry. So Palace Arcade, let me see what kind of inspiration picture I can find. But when I think of this, I think of like the neon sign outside. But I think of like blues and oranges, if I remember correctly. It's the place where Keith works. He is the only employee that I know of. I was going to say manager, but he's the only employee that I can remember being there. It's the place where Lucas kind of rents out the back room so he can tell Max basically about everything. It's the place where the kids first learn about Max because she beats their high score at Dig Dug, I believe. At everything, but they find out, I think, on Dig Dug to begin with. It's one of the places where the kids like always meet up, and Will had one of his episodes there, and there was a version of it in the Upside Down. So when he went outside, like the Palace Arcade sign that was spinning around was in the Upside Down with like vines and creepiness. Yeah, so it's obviously it has appeared in my fanfics also, or it would not be in here. So I'll have to, I'm guessing dark blue and then like orange or yellow maybe, if I'm remembering the sign correctly, because I'll probably draw some inspiration off of the sign if I can find a good picture of that. Yeah, so I can't believe I got the sign or the place again. But all right, I think that's about it for today. We're going to be under a half an hour. That's unheard of for me. But I hope you guys have had a really great weekend. I hope the start of your week is going really well. I hope you have a really great week. We're going to see each other again. So, yes, until then, if you guys have entered the last few giveaways I've had, you should check out my videos for the winners, because my winners still haven't gotten a hold of me. I'm just saying, not that I'm impatient, but you guys should check them out. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.